Grace. I mean, one of the most interesting aspects of the project is the Heritage House, of course.
Yep.
And at the moment, it's got all these buildings added onto it, and you can call them various things, but they're not very attractive. Because it was about 2.5 years ago, I got a call from one of the directors in a panic, saying, I've got a planning problem. And I said, well, what's the planning problem? He said, no, it's urgent, you need to come. When do I need to come? You need to come tomorrow. So I got in my car and I turned up at Ryde. What I realised when I first got there was that there was a parcel of land here which was like a jewel. And they didn't know they had a jewel. And the jewel was the potential realisation of all their dreams for many, many years to come. It was the size of the land, shape of the land, how it oriented to the weather conditions, how it related to the community about, and its natural assets both in the green environment and the built environment. So the development, the design where it's headed is basically retention of all the natural green assets as we can do, retention of the heritage building on the site, which is a wonderful thing to put in a development like this, and the size of the land and the orientation that we could place a perimeter development around the site and have a large courtyard in the middle, which give us a space for community, for interaction.
At the moment there's plannings for 470 apartments on site. We think that 5% of people might live on site. So if there's 47 apartments we might keep, about half those apartments we think might initially have people with disabilities living in those apartments. That could look like 40 to 60 people with disability living throughout the site in a population of maybe 600 plus people living on site. That's a pretty okay, reasonable number. And that could go higher just depending on the mix of people, their specific needs and the population that's living on site. That would be very similar to what might be happening in any community, in any suburb, and you just wouldn't normally know or have identified who the people with disabilities are. So, and we're pretty keen that it's actually consistent with any suburban community.
I think the community will really like it when it's finished because we haven't overdeveloped it. So there won't be walls of building. I don't like big long walls of building. They're inhospitable and unfriendly and people don't like them. So one of the dreams of most people is every front door looks different. And when you go in a lot of blocks of units, they aren't. Every front door looks the same, don't they? So you have a capacity here with the generosity of this site to be able to achieve all those things.
Very proud of it and very excited about the future and can't wait to see the difference that's going to make for people in terms of their everyday living circumstances, and the benefits to people will be amazing.